Today we are going to look at division, how we divide and share numbers. We have a special way of remembering each step. We use the letters D, M, S, B, and R. D stands for Daddy. He comes first because he's the head of the house. M stands for Mother, S for Sister, B for Brother, and last but not least, R for Rover. Now what do these letters mean when we are dividing? D tells us to divide. M tells us to multiply. S tells us to subtract. B tells us to bring down. And R tells us to do one of two things. We either repeat or we have a remainder. It is always a good idea to write these 5 letters at the top of the page before we start each sum. Let's try. We are going to divide 238 by 7. Can we divide 2 by 7? We should be able to see straight away that 2 is too small. How do we show this? We place a dot above the 2. But what happens to that 2? The next number is a 3. Together with the 2, we now have 23. Now, Daddy tells us to divide 23 by 7. Let's count in sevens until we get as close as we can to 23. 7, 14, 21, 28. Oh, wait. 28 is too big, so we need to go back to 21. How many sevens is that? 3. Don't forget to tick off D. Our next letter is M. We know that our moms always have to check that Dad has done things properly, so we need to multiply 3 by 7. The answer is 21. Yes, Daddy was correct. We need to put this 21 under the 23. On to the next letter, which is S. Sister tells us it's time to subtract. We need to subtract 21 from 23. Let's tick off Sister. What happens to this 2? If we look back at 238, we can see that we have not yet used the 8. Brother tells us to bring down the next number, which is 8. We now have 28, and we must decide whether we need to repeat our steps or whether 28 is our remainder. 28 is much bigger than 7, so we need to repeat our steps. Daddy says divide, so we need to divide 28 by 7. Let's count in sevens again. 7, 14, 21, 28. Bingo! 28 works perfectly. How many sevens are there in 28? 4. Mommy must now multiply to check Dad's answer. 7 times 4 is equal to 28. Correct. Place this 28 under the 28. Sister then tells us to subtract. 28 minus 28 is equal to 0. The next step is when Brother tells us to bring down the next number. Are there any more numbers to bring down? No. That means our sum is complete. Now let's do a check sum. The opposite or inverse operation to division is multiplication. We take the answer, which was 34, and multiply it by the 7. 4 times 7 is equal to 28. 3 times 7 equals 21 plus the 2, which then gives us 23. The answer is 238. Is that the number we started with? Yes, it is. Hooray! Our sum is correct.